Welcome, everybody, to First and 10, South Jersey's most winning football show.
That's why we're in the playoffs.
That's it, playoffs time.
It is.
Mike, we've been saying it for weeks, but it gets late early.
In high school football.
In high school football. Now, we're not in costume, unfortunately.
No.
But it is Halloween weekend.
But we're back together in person.
That
so
is
there
true.
You go.
That is true.
It is Halloween weekend, Halloween on Monday, but before that, Friday and Saturday night, the public school playoffs start. The non-public football playoffs will begin next weekend. Their fields will be announced this Sunday. But for now, we've got public school football playoff Friday and Saturday. And what you have for the first time in New Jersey history,
what do we have?
Playing to true state champions in each of the 5 enrollment groups. Previously, the playoffs have stopped at the sectional level or the state semifinal level in football. We're going to go and have 5 state champions this year in each of the enrollment groups for the first time in New Jersey history.
I'm glad we're making history this year,
Exactly.
Mike. That's right. So we're going to go from group 5 to 4 to 3 to 2, but there's no group 1, right?
There is a group 1. We don't have any teams from the press area.
Correct. That's why. Okay. So let's start at the top.
At the top.
How about that?
Group 5, the big game, the game I'll be out Friday night in Mount Holly, Atlantic City, seeded 5 in Central Jersey, Group 5. They will be at 4th seeded Rancocas Valley. Big game for the Vikings. It's been a resurgence year for them. They're 6-1. They're in the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Running back Alan Packard done a great job for them. Wide receiver Sinai DeGraffinite has really emerged as one of the best players in South Jersey. Joe Lyons at quarterback. The Vikings play their first playoff game since 2016. They're traveling to Mount Holly, Rancocas Valley, 6 o'clock Friday night.
Now, do you think Rancocas Valley, Central Jersey?
I think they're South Jersey, right below.
Okay, but they're
right
grouped
below.
in Central Jersey.
But, well, the way it works out is the state is originally divided into North and South Jersey.
Right.
16 teams make the playoffs in South Jersey, 16 in North. The 16 in the North are divided into 18 groups called North 1 and North 2.
Okay.
The 16 in the South are divided into 2 18 groups called South and Central New Jersey. Your head is spinning
My
right
head
now.
is spinning.
Trust it. Listen to us.
That's
we'll
it.
get you to the right spot. That's all you need to know.
Hit the pause button, go
Right.
back 20 seconds, and play it over 3 times, and you get there. Okay, group 4.
Group 4 is our group for the press area. That's where the majority of our teams are. In Central Jersey, you have Mainland Regional. They'll host Morristown. Our guy, Jabril Mace.
Our guy.
Mainland was off last week.
Okay, he was resting up.
The game with Capital Prep was canceled. Capital Prep had a COVID outbreak, so Mainland, 7-1 this season. They'll host Morristown on Friday night. And then you switch over to South Jersey. That's where we have a lot of action. Hamilton, the top seed. They'll host Heightstown, 6 p.m. Friday. Hamilton, the running back, Kenny Smith. He's run for more than 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns this season. Defensive end, Kai Presley, 13 sacks for the Blue Devils. Millville, the number 2 seed. They're loaded. Last year, they won the South Central Group 4 title.
Yeah.
They are seen to be peaking at the right moment. The sophomore, Lotzier Brooks, scholarship offers. Texas A&M, Georgia had a big game last week. Millville with a win last week. Quarterback Jacob Zaman has done a great job. Millville, the number 2 seed, will host Lacey Township.
Gotcha.
In Group 4. So Group 4, and also in Group 4, we've got Ocean City as the number 5 seed, traveling out to play Shawnee, the number 4 seed on Friday night.
God, we got a lot going on in Group 4.
Group 4 is where the action is for us.
Gotcha. What about Group 3? Little action for us.
Cedar Creek in Group 3. Cedar Creek, last year they won South Central Group 3. A little bit of a rebuilding year for them. However, they still make the playoffs. They've got Mike Sears at linebacker, Cedar Creek. He's had a great season for them. All over the field, making plenty of tackles. They'll be at Timber Creek in Group 3. And, of course, a little shout-out to Delsea, kind of the first school outside of the press area coverage area. Delsea Regional, number 1 in our Elite 11. They held off St. Joe last week. They beat St. Joe up at Rowan University. They had to come from behind and do it. Delsea undefeated. They're the top seed in South Jersey Group 3.
Okay. And then we got Group 2.
Group
last
2,
but not least.
Again, last but not least, you got 2 great games there. Pleasantville High School. They'll be hosting Arthur Johnson from Clark.
ALJ.
ALJ, that's a 5-4 game. Arthur Johnson's going to roll down the parkway, Joe. I know you know this. What exit, Arthur Johnson?
135, Mike.
135.
That's correct.
They're rolling down to exit 37 to go to Pleasantville, right? for that game. So it's a 100-mile trip for Arthur Johnson. Pleasantville got a big win over Middle Township last week to clinch the West Jersey Football League Patriot Division. Ibn Mitchell with a touchdown run. Marlon Leslie catches a touchdown pass from Ahmad Jones. The other big playoff game Saturday at noon, Delaware Valley at Oakcrest. It's been another, like Atlantic City, a resurgent year for Oakcrest. They'll be hosting a playoff game for the first time, and who knows when. Oakcrest will be hosting a playoff game. Nasir Regley sparks that Oakcrest defense, 20-something tackles for losses this season.
I think that's a better game than watching Penn State, Michigan. Big noon.
I would be there 110%. Agree with that. Coach Mike Forrest has done a great job with the Falcons, who are 6-2 this year. Remember, they won the first game at home in almost a couple years this year. They beat rival Absegami for the first time since 2014. Maybe they do something else.
Right.
Sort of history making for the first time in a long time and get a win Saturday against Delaware Valley.
So what's more surprising? The Giants at 5-1, the Jets at 5-2, 6-1. Thank you. 6-1 Giants, 5-2 Jets, or Oakcrest?
Oh boy.
How about the Eagles? I don't think the Eagles being undefeated is that surprising.
I like
but
the Eagles. Maybe Oakcrest and the Giants tied. Maybe
they're tied. Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right. What else we got going on, Mike?
You know what else we got on? A shout out to another sport. On Saturday, we got the South Jersey Cross Country Championships at Dream Park over in Logan Township, right below the Commodore Barry Bridge.
Good place.
Down there in wherever county that is. I think it's Gloucester.
I believe it's Gloucester County,
All right,
yes.
so we got the South Jersey Cross Country Championships. Look for the mainland girls there, the Ocean City girls there, the Egg Harbor Township boys and girls, Southern Regional boys and girls, and of course, Macy McCracken of Wildwood in Group 1. So a lot of great runners out there on Saturday in the South Jersey Cross Country Championship.
Gotcha. And tell us where our team will be this weekend.
Our team will be, well, I will be at Rancocas Valley on Friday night for the big AC Rancocas game. I believe John Russo will be at Pleasantville to watch Arthur Johnson play Pleasantville. And then Saturday, of course, we'll have cross-country coverage and coverage of Oakcrest, Delaware Valley.
Got it. So we got it all for you this weekend.
Full-packed week. Playoffs. We're ready to
Playoffs. We're ready to go. We got your 1st and 10 football preview right here. We have your football forecast that's going to be ready to go as well. You can follow him at AC Press McGarry, and all weekend long come to pressofAC.com/sports to get the latest results, recaps, and more. Take care, everybody.